Well, obviously, thrilled with the fact that we were able to win. And, I knew before the game started that USC is a really good team. Really good team. They're an NCAA tournament team, and they have an abundance of talented players, and they have a really good coach. And they're hard to guard because just about on every possession of the game, when they have the ball, they have 5 people that can score and 5 different people that can dribble. And, early on, as much as we talk about how fast they can play in transition, till you're actually out there with them, you don't get the sense and the feel that, Benny Boatwright at the 4 is like a guard, and they have a lot of guys running the court. But their pace caught us off guard. Certainly we had plenty of breakdowns, but that's the USC's credit because, like I said, they're plenty good enough to not only be in a tournament but win games in a tournament. They're a good team. And the fact they're 8-7 in the Pac-12, I think speaks volumes about how difficult and how good of a conference we have because they're an excellent basketball team. And I thought at times tonight they really challenged us and challenged our defense. On offense, we played very, very well. For us to have 16 assists and 8 turnovers as a team, making 11 threes out of 20, 32 field goals, 10 offensive rebounds. We shoot 51% from the game. We had a lot of players contribute and a lot of players step up. The guy that I'm most proud of is Parker. He's gone through a lot. A high ankle sprain for a basketball player. It's not an easy injury for anybody, but it really took him out of things for over 2 months. And, he wasn't shooting the ball well for a long time. And as I was continued to be asked about his shooting, I always come back to the same thing. I've never seen a player who shoots it as consistently as he does every day not translate into a game. And now all of a sudden, if you look at his shooting, 5 assists, 1 turnover, his recent play has been a great spark for our offense. And the ball moved when he was in tonight, and he did a really good job.
Is he staying in the starting lineup?
I think so. The way we're going to do the starting lineup moving forward, because of how many players have been injured, is we have to look at it more game-by-game basis. What's going to allow us to get off to a good start, what's going to be maybe the best for us. And I think we'll have a number of different lineups here down the stretch.
Yeah, was that Comanche because he matched up with Metu or because with Dusan still coming back?
Yeah, Dusan's working his way back from the ankle. I think he's about 100%, but he missed some time in practices. And, Chance has played really well. So he got the nod tonight.
Can you see Alonzo kind of doing what he's done in the past, kind of getting more comfortable just offensively into a rhythm?
Yeah, on offense, he had 25 points tonight and, 4 for 6 from 3. What's that make it? 9 out of the last 12 from 3, I think. So, again, as the coach, you really know your players. Alonzo is a really, really improved three-point shooter. It's just his path this year, missing 19 games and not coming back. It's taken him a little bit of time to really show how much better of a three-point shooter he is. But he did a really good job out there, especially on offense.
And along those lines, offensively, you guys look more fluid together and scoring, obviously playing well offensively, like you said. Just your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that our zone attack and just our team in general against the zone, we were that team that everybody threw the zone up. And, I hope that the teams do that now because we are able to get quality threes. We have really 5 or 6 players who are capable of shooting a good percentage from 3. Now that Parker's on board, Alonzo's on board, we have a number of guys that can do that. And then, our dribble penetration, getting the ball inside. We have a little bit of everything going against the zone, and that's a big difference in our team because a couple weeks ago, you put a zone up, it would slow us down. I'm not so sure that right now that's the case, and that's what you hope happens over the course of a season and practices. But our guys are much more comfortable, and we took care of the ball. 8 turnovers as well.
That last 4 minutes or so of the first half and 4 straight threes, I think that kind of turned the whole thing around for you. How much of that was ball movement and how much that was just guys doing the job?
Yeah, it was ball movement, but they had 4 points in the last 4 minutes as well. We were able to get defensive stops. We struggled at times guarding them. Again, I give them credit, and certainly for us, You know, we're not the team that can pick and choose how hard we're going to play on defense. That's not going to get us very far. And when we did that, or when their pace caught us by surprise, you know, they had some of the easiest or high percentage shots that we've given up to any team this year. But we got more organized as the game went on, and you know, tonight I think our offense won out.
How was Kobe's ankle, and did you limit his minutes in the second half after that?
You know, I think he's okay. He made some good plays. He did a good job. He didn't play as many minutes tonight, but he could play a lot more on Saturday. It's just kind of how it went. And Parker's playing so well right now. We tended to let him stay out there a little bit longer, and deservedly so.
How invaluable is Raleigh? He does everything just so naturally or whatever, outside of maybe a couple of bad passes tonight. He does so much, almost effortless.
Yeah, Raleigh's one of our cornerstones, man. He's one of our pillars. He hasn't missed a practice. He hasn't missed a game. He's very, very unselfish. Like you said, it's not one thing that he does well. It's the fact that he's so versatile and can do so many different things.
Is he your most consistent freshman?
I would say Lowry's probably our most consistent freshman, but I think just as a group, they're a very consistent group. You know, for as much as we've asked of them, they've delivered.
Everything seems to be going well at the right time, especially on the offense. You're, you know, near the end of the regular season, big week in a couple weeks, and the tournament obviously, but you must be liking the way things are progressing.
You know, we had some great ball movement. I mean, anytime that you have a team, not a player, but a team, have a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, that's not easy to do. 16 assists, 8 turnovers, and, you know, 10-second shots. I mean, you look at our offensive stat line, 15 of 17 from the free throw line. We're an excellent free throw shooting team. 11 for 20 from 3, and then 32 for 63 from the field. And that's a prolific offensive night. So, you know, with that, I think we're really happy. And, you know, at times we played some good defense, and at times we didn't. And, you know, you're only going to go as far as your excellence on both ends. It can't just be one. And just like if it's only our defense, you know, you have to be able to play better offense. We want to be good on both sides. And, you know, to beat UCLA, certainly that's what's going to be required, because I said it before we played them the first time. I have not faced a team as a coach that scores as consistently or as easily as their team. It's almost shocking to see how easy they score. You know, it's like USC. They score from 5 positions, and they're very, very efficient. They move the ball. Got a great point guard. You know, Bryce Alford, I saw he's made over 300 threes in his career. I mean, that's amazing. So they blend a lot of characteristics of a team that I think can win the national championship. Experience, great guard play, being great in a certain area, which for them is offensive efficiency. And that's why for us, it's not going to just be defense. It has to be defense and offense, but clearly our defense has to be at its best to have a chance to slow them down, because it's very difficult to do that.
How excited do you think the guys will be, and yourself even, because it's not every time, you know, it's not every day that you get a top 5 team coming into McHale, let alone 2 top 5 teams playing against each other?
You know, I hope they're excited. I probably ruined their excitement a little bit after the game, but that's kind of my job. You know, I think to allow them to be the most successful, they have to be really focused on the task at hand. You know, if you start to get too excited about the game and everything about it, you know, you end up coming unglued, or, you know, you have that anxiety that you've seen in these big games where you're just not yourself. And, you know, for us to have a chance to beat UCLA, we really have to be ourselves. We have to be at the top of our game. We have to play great defense, great offense. Can't be just the starting group that plays well. We need guys coming off the bench. And that's really what happened in LA when we played them. You know, we played a great game on both sides. And no matter who beats UCLA, that's what you have to do.
Can you share what you said to ruin their excitement?
No, I think that, you know, for us, we have to be able to embrace the challenge, but at the same time recognize that this isn't an easy thing. You know, we're going to have to play with incredible effort, incredible togetherness. You know, we don't have time to have breakdowns defensively. And with that, they're still going to score. So the efficiency on both sides and the togetherness, this is what's going to be required. But that's what's so exciting, to be able to play a team like them this late in the year, for what's at stake. You know, that's what we've all expected when we came to Arizona. But it's fun for the fans, and I think to a certain degree we enjoy the challenge. But it's an immense challenge to play UCLA, and to beat them, you have to really play great, and that's what we're going to try and do.
Alonzo said he's not happy with his progress at being, game 10 out of 29 for him. How do you see his progress, and are you happy with the way he's playing?
Yes, he's really improving. His shooting, he's so much better of a three-point shooter than he was a year ago. He was streaky a year ago. He's a really good three-point shooter right now, and it's great to see that percentage finally, turn for him. Rebounding, I'm really happy with his rebounding. I don't know if there's a guard in the country that's rebounding better than him. I mean, he had 12 defensive rebounds against Washington State. He had 4 tonight. And then defensively, we're asking him to be like Kadeem. We need him to be like 1B. If Kadeem's 1A, we need that second guy to emerge, and that's really what we're asking of Alonzo. And it's the other thing about Parker, just watching him move on defense. He's played some great defense recently as well, which has really helped our team, and that's why he's playing more minutes.
Coach, did you have a chance to find out about South Point tonight?
Yeah, I'm happy that they won. The hard part is you can't be at the game, but I'm happy that they won, and hopefully Mike Bibby will take it easy on them.
Is there ever played a state championship game?
No. Pennsylvania's a little bigger than Arizona. I'll say it like that. All right, thanks.